Hello everybody, my name is Tshepang Langa and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips to help you improve your productivity, get a lot more done, and to just stop procrastinating. If this is something that resonates with you, please be sure to watch until the end. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first tip to help you remain productive, I would say, is write everything that you need to get done down on a piece of paper. Write it down. Write everything you need to get done today, this week, next week, this month. Just write it all down on a piece of paper. What this does is that it gives you a visual representation of all the work that you need to get done. It's one thing for it to be in your head, and it's probably causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. So when you put it down on a piece of paper, it kind of helps you declutter your mind and to also ensure that you don't leave anything out. Another thing about writing everything down on a piece of paper is that it helps you get an accurate overview of what you need to get done. Sometimes we tend to overestimate or even underestimate the amount of work that needs to be done. So when you write it down, you get to see exactly how much work you need to do. So first tip, write it all down. The second thing that I would say you do is to write down that list or the list of tasks that you need to do and write it in order of priority. So what I mean by this is that you're going to divide your list in 3 parts. The first is going to be tasks that are of high priority, and in the middle is going to be tasks that are of medium priority, and at the bottom is tasks that are of low priority. You obviously know what is due, what isn't due, what's important and what isn't important, so you'll be able to divide those tasks into those 3 groups. In my case, this week, what is on my list of priority is an assignment that is due, so it's going to be one of the first things that I get done in the week or in the day. It will definitely be at the top of my list of priorities. Low priority would be going out with friends or just doing something that I know is not really important. So that's why it's so important to divide your tasks in groups of priority so that you can see what needs to be done right now and what you can put off for later or not even get to, and know that it won't really matter in the long run. The third tip to improve your productivity, I would say, is start with the most difficult task. So the most difficult task is the task that takes a lot of mental strength, a lot of physical strength, or the task that is most consuming, the task that stresses you the most. Just start with that task. In my case, the one task that is always just very difficult for me to do is creating content calendars. It's time consuming and it's mentally strenuous because I have to think of content ideas. It takes long because I have to look for inspiration and just like put the calendar together. For me, that is a difficult task. So if I know that a content calendar is due anytime soon, it's usually one of the first things that I do just to get it over and done with, right? And usually when you're able to finish the most difficult task, it becomes very easy for you to go through your other tasks. So I would suggest that always start with the difficult task so you can get it over and done with and just conquer the rest of your other tasks. If you are finding these tips informative and you find them useful, please let me know in the comments by leaving fire emojis, and also let me know if this is the type of content that you would like me to post going forward. Please also like this video. I'm trying to get back into the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe, it will mean the world to me, and ring the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I release a new video. The fourth tip to help you improve your productivity is to take care of your well-being. Take care of your mind, body and soul. And this is because if one of these 3 things are not in order, you're not going to be able to perform to the best of your ability. It's definitely going to affect your productivity. So make sure that you do things that are nourishing to your body, your mind and your soul. things that are positive so that you can be the best version of yourself. And when you're the best version of yourself, it becomes very easy to perform at your optimum. So in my case, one thing that I do to ensure that my soul is in order is I spend time in the presence of the Lord. I read the Bible, I listen to worship music, I even go to church because it's so important for my soul, for my mental health, just for everything altogether. And in terms of body, I work out every morning because, you know, my body needs to be active, but it's also proven to be really good for my mental health. Another thing that I do is make sure that I don't consume anything that will just disturb the flow of things. So I don't consume anything like the news that would induce anxiety. I don't listen to certain types of music that could rewire my subconscious in a way that could negatively affect me going forward. So that's also another thing that I do to make sure that my mind, my body, and my soul is in order. I also just, you know, consume nourishing things. So I make sure that I eat properly, I drink a lot of water. So just consume everything that is nourishing and everything that is positive. I also make sure that I'm surrounded by people who also nourish me, people who water me, people who are not energy vampires, and people who don't drain me, because it can really affect your productivity. So just make sure that you do an audit of what is going on around you. Make sure that you check out some of the things that you eat, some of the content that you consume, just to see that it isn't affecting your productivity. The fifth thing that you can do to improve your productivity, and I really think this should have even been the first thing, is ask for help. Right? So if you're a boss babe like me, or you're a high achiever, you tend to struggle to ask for help because you think it's an insult to your capabilities. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. If anything, it shows that you care about yourself, right? No man is an island. There's a reason why we have people around us, and it's important to make use of those people. So if there's anything on your list of tasks that you can share the load with anyone around you, do it. And asking for help can look like, hey, I'm texting a friend and letting them know that you're not feeling well, or this is a stressful week, and just have them be there for you. It could be if you live with people, and like for example, I live at home and we share the chores amongst everybody living at home. If I know that it's going to be a busy week, I always just give everybody a heads up to let them know that I might be slacking on some of the chores that I have to do, so please just cut me some slack, or please help me out, right? And so that way I have communicated, and I know that I'm not expected to do the chores because I have a lot more important things to do, and they understand. And yeah, life can just be easier that way. I won't be stressed about doing chores and you know, being shouted at or anything like that. So that is how I ask for help. And even with our at my agency, if there are things that I don't necessarily have to do, I always just ask my team to help me out, and they also do the same thing. If there's something going on in their lives and they are unable to perform all their duties, then they just share it with everybody else. It gets things done, it declutters your mind, it releases stress, like you become less stressed than you'd normally be. So ask for help. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you really enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, and let me know if this is the type of content that you would enjoy consuming. And I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.